It's a few days late. It was meant to be done on Thursday. It is finally done and uploading on Sunday, and will be up until probably after midnight on Monday. So I apologize for the delay. But here is our talk about PS Now versus Xbox Game Pass. Follow me on twitch.tv Okami Riku for live streams, and the PAX Hunt on both Twitter and Instagram. Alright guys, so first off, we're going to have some music in the background, and it's from Stream Beats. You can find them on almost every platform. Check them out, especially if you hear something that you like. And then what we're going to do today is we're going to discuss the specific game platforms that the Xbox and the PlayStation have. And the reason why we're doing this is because I incorporate this into our streaming schedule. It's actually what our streams have primarily been around for the month of January, and that's because the rule of thumb right now for my streams is that on Mondays we do Xbox and on Thursdays we do PS Now. Today is Thursday, recording this, and sometimes my upload is a little slow, so this might be a little bit late, but I have a doctor's appointment today. So, instead of doing a live stream, we do a YouTube video, and I decided that instead of doing a game video today, what we're going to do is go over the platforms, because if this is what our streams are going to be about, and what some of our YouTube videos are going to be about, then we might as well get the introductions of both out of the way. We are starting with PS Now first, because that is what today's system is supposed to be. Alright, so when you first log in, this is what you have. You have the home page. It shows you new games added monthly. That doesn't necessarily mean some of these games were recently added. Some of these have been on there for a little while. Now, the games do rotate. That's part of the problem with these subscriptions is that the games there don't always stay the same. I can, however, say that on PlayStation, because I've done PS Now much longer, for like 2 to 3 years now, than I've done Xbox. I just recently started Xbox in the fall of last year. So, PlayStation has a set of games that I have not seen leave their library. So, and those are things that were like released on PlayStation only, and or they're older games that people like to play as nostalgia. But what I recently discovered, and I don't know if it was there before, is that when a game comes close to being removed from their catalog, that they will put a timer on it. I hadn't noticed that. I came upon it the other day, and I'm going to hope to find it while going through this with you guys. But this is the home page where it gives you, what's hot, what's recommended for you based on things you play, the recently added, so that means that these were the ones that have come on most recently. Ironically, I'm going to make this statement right here, Darksiders 3 left Xbox back in November, December, but now it's on PlayStation. So I think that might have something to do with part of the rotation, is that if it's a game that's on both systems, they might take turns getting ownership of being able to have it in their rotation. I don't know. That's just an assumption. I'm not I'm not part of Sony and I'm not part of Xbox. I'm just going off of what I've seen. And then they have collections based on, what type of game it is, obviously. And then they have I'm sorry, I had to laugh at family friendly because hello neighbor is not something I would have. You done? Good boy. Okay, sorry for the interruption of the dog. But Hello Neighbor is not something that I would have considered as a family-friendly game. I've never played it. Just, I know that it's like a semi-creepy, scary game. And I'm like, I don't know if I would let if I had kids, my kids play that. Oops. Alright, sorry guys. Package came in the mail for me. A new knee brace. But yeah, so they have it in different, categories. The one that I love the most is Hours of Fun. Mostly because I'm usually looking for something that, gives you a good amount of playtime. But so you can have different ones. They have this awesome. This one also tickles my funny bone. This is what I'm talking about, like classics. I know it was on GameCube and Nintendo originally, but they have a lot of the Sonic games on here, and Metal Gear, which is a classic on PlayStation. The first one I ever played was on PlayStation 1, kind of thing. So they do have that. A lot of good ones, like Ni no Kuni, first one. But they also have the exclusives. What is this one? Oh, the Sly collection. I'm like, it's not loading. Now, there is one thing. Alright. Sorry, guys, you're going to notice that the music's going to jump a little bit and stuff because I've been getting interruptions during recording. So, in short, they, have the categories. If we go back up to the top, you'll have a place that's called Your Games, and that's where you can add games to a list, as well as, right here, so you have a list. And then it'll also show you all the ones that you have downloaded. For future reference, though, I cannot play Injustice 2, so it will be deleted. Fighting games are horrendous on my hands, and they've been bothering me a lot lately. So we won't be doing that. And then you have the search function with the browse function. Now you can do browse by PS Now collection, genre, themes, look and feel, and game mechanics. But we're gonna go to all games. So I'm working on a website for the PAX Hunt. It will not be called the PAXHunt.com or anything like that right now because I can't afford to buy the domain name. So it's gonna be a slightly longer name. It'll be added into my about section on YouTube. It'll be added onto the Discord, and it will be added into the information section on Twitter. I meant Twitch and Twitter. They both help. Anyways, because the website will have links to my Twitters and the YouTube and the Twitch and the Facebook gaming. So technically the website will be a one-stop for everything. But it's not up yet. But in it, again, sorry for the dog. He likes to bark at everything. For some reason. He didn't used to. So, as I was saying, on the website, we will actually have a list of the PS Now and Xbox Game Pass games that will be updated, I think, twice a month. Because the average on Xbox is that they remove games once to twice a month. PlayStation is a little less frequent. So like I said, there's a lot of games that have stayed on here. So for instance, the Sam & Max games, there's 5 of them, I think. But for some reason, number 1 is up here and the rest are down in the S's. And then a lot of these ones here up the top have stayed here for like 2 years since I've been playing PS Now. So it doesn't change all that frequently. It's usually the AAA games that do. So Horizon Zero Dawn, like I talked about, the Darksiders 3 game. But they have a great selection. Now, the one thing is that I don't, as everybody knows, we have had some internet problems. We recently figured out what that was. We had an exposed wire. I have not tried, but I will at some point to stream a game again, because there are certain games on here that are stream only, which means that you have to have the bandwidth to stream it, and I kept on dropping the game, and I'd lose progress, especially with Eternal Sonata? Oh my god. The game is here. The game is still on here, so I am going to go look at that. It used to be an Xbox only game, and now they have it on other systems, which made me really happy. But we one time tried to stream it. This one right here. Yeah. And I kept on dropping it and losing progress. So we might pick that back up just because we have fixed the internet problem. But you'll find that there are games that are stream only, and then you'll find games that you can actually download to your system, so you don't have to worry about potentially dropping the game during gameplay. And I prefer the download option. I wish everything had a download option. That's my feelings about it, because I like to be able to actually not have to. And then see here at the bottom of this one, leaving PS Now in 39 days. This game is actually leaving in 8 days. Wait, 7 days? It's leaving either the 28th or the 29th of January for Xbox. So my theory is probably wrong, seeing how both these games are on both of them at the same time, but leaving at different times. It was a theory. Obviously, I just proved it wrong. But so if it's close to leaving the platform, they have a timer on the game when you go to it, which is nice. I like knowing how much time I have left to play a game. Now, I own 15. My PlayStation is actually a 15 collectible one, so obviously I don't have to worry about that if it gets taken off. But it's just a handy thing where if it has the timer, you know how much more time you have left to play it. Or you'll have to buy it if you don't already own it, like me. I'm a tad weird when it comes to games and buying them on multiple consoles and stuff. For some reason, I like having that particular, freedom of I want to play it on this system and not that system kind of thing. But they have a great selection, a very large selection, if you haven't noticed. We're in the M's now. They have a lot of the Metal Gears, which is nice. The HD collection, I attempted to play at one point. I can't remember why I stopped. Another great example here is that they have Mirror's Edge. Both Xbox and PlayStation has, but only Xbox has 1 and 2. I don't know why that is. And then both games have My Time at Portilla right now. We actually showcased it on the PlayStation or Xbox the other day? I can't remember. I think it was PlayStation. I've been playing it on both. So, obviously, it's a little hard for me to keep that one straight. But the wide selections is nice. If you break it down, so the way that I break things down for these subscriptions is that I break down the membership into how much it would cost per month across the year, because buying it in a year is a little bit cheaper than buying it per month. And then I just save it across the year. I should say that Still Poor saves it across the year because I currently don't have money. But for instance, PlayStation Now is $60 for a year. So if you divide that by 12, it's $5 a month. Not bad. Just $5. What is that, like a cup of coffee at some places? Actually, I know a place where a cup of coffee is like $7. But, if you're willing to sacrifice one cup of coffee from like Starbucks or something, you could, put aside the money and have a 12-month membership instead of waiting until last minute and then re-upping it and having to pay $60 up front. But $60 isn't bad. $60 to me is actually a really good price for what you get from the PS Now collection, especially the variety, especially if you are someone who's been playing PlayStation since like the first generation. like me, I got a PlayStation 2 gifted to me for my birthday. I had to be like 9. I think I was 9. I was 9 or 10 because I think Samuel was born, my brother. I'm judging it off of my brother. Um, but so we all, of course, feel differently about the prices of things. Um, but for the PS Now, to me, the $60 is worth it. And I actually got it as a birthday gift. I asked for it as a birthday gift. It's what I do. But so the other thing is that what I like about PlayStation is that you don't need Plus for every online game. Like you can play Warframe without having PlayStation Plus, but if you play For Honor, you have to have PlayStation Plus. So you don't need it, which is a nice thing. But you do need you don't. Oh my God, it's not that you do need, but if you do the PlayStation Plus, not only would you get access to some of those online games that would require you to have PlayStation Plus. And the only one that I know of so far is For Honor. I haven't like gone and done research to figure out which ones all require it, but I've just stumbled across For Honor requires it. Oh my. Oh my. And they give you discounts on games. That's what we're looking at. Like Jurassic World is at like $11 right now if you have PlayStation Plus. And that is so tempting. But the reason why I'm bringing this up is because I do have PlayStation Plus, not on this particular account, but my personal account. And with that, you'll get games. And the games that you get to play with PlayStation Plus are worth more than the membership. So, like, you have to have the membership to play it. So, if you ever cancel your PlayStation Plus, you don't have access to those games. But at the same time, you're getting hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of games for $60 in that year. Like they recently did the Sims 4 and a few others. They only showed you one here. Give me 1 second and we'll actually see what they have on my other account. Alright, so for PlayStation Plus, I haven't checked January's games, so that would be a good idea. Let's see. So the full course of games right now. Didn't I already do this one? I didn't realize that this said start. But so, like, I have Star Wars Battlefront 2, I have Rocket Arena, I have Shadows of Mordor, Need for Speed, Player Unknown Battleground, uh, Street Fighter, all of these right here, at least, like this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one are normally at regular price $60. So I right now have access to $180 worth of games, and that was just for $60 for the year. And that's without me buying the game. Now, if you buy the game, obviously you don't need to keep the membership up, but new games are let out every month. And as you can see, I have a huge collection of different ones. They had the digital deluxe edition of Detroit Becoming Human, which is great. Here's For Honor, Witness, Steep. And like Witness, I had wanted to play, but I couldn't afford it. But the last 3 years that I've had PS Now, it was a gift during Christmas or my birthday. That's how I've been playing it. Because like I said, I don't have any funds of my own. So my PlayStation Plus, my PS Now has been paid through my birthday and Christmas. That's what I ask for. So that's what I get. And I make use of it. So there's no problem there. But so as you can see, you get a huge selection of games that cover the technical cost of the membership. So apparently I did claim this month's games. Okay. I didn't think I did. But man, this right here. That is so tempting. You don't know how tempting that is. Tempted to ask Silpor if I can pay for it. But that is our exploration into PlayStation Now and PS Plus. Keep in mind that both memberships are $60, so that would be $120 for a year. So if you divide 120, by 12, obviously it's 60, and 60 was 5, so it'd be $10 a month. So if you're willing to sacrifice 2 cups of coffee over 12 months and save up the money, you could do both memberships for a year and have those benefits. So what we're going to do here in a moment is move over into the Xbox. So give me a second and we will talk about the Xbox Game Pass. Okay, so one, I didn't notice that the music had stopped. It's supposed to be on repeat, but obviously that didn't happen. But 2, here we are on the Xbox. So my Game Pass is not immediately on. Oh, that'd be why. First I need to sign in. That'd be helpful, wouldn't it? Alright, so Game Pass. So Game Pass is kind of like the PS Now, where you have the introduction of, what's been recently added and things going on. Show all here at the top is how you would see all the games, but they have the categories. Most popular, recently added, play later, which was ones that I've had marked. They have a whole EA section going on right now, so they've teamed up with EA for their games. And then you have coming soon. So they have the dates right here on the coming soon. So on the 25th, we'll have access to Cyber Shadow, Yakuza 3, Yakuza 5, Yakuza 4. You might find me playing some Yakuza games, I'm just saying. And then leaving soon, they don't have the dates. I need to mark my calendar to see if the leaving soon leaves at the same time as the coming soon, because if so, then just use one date. But like I said, this one's leaving. Well, someone said it's leaving on the 28th or 29th. So that would be after the coming soon. Anyways, I wish they would put a date on the leaving soon games. It'd be nice. It'd be nice to know. I've already mentioned this to them. But it'd be nice to know. And then the one thing that I love that Xbox Game Pass has that the PlayStation doesn't have is the quests. So they have these nifty little quests, and you get daily, weekly, and monthly quests. And I just completed the quest by turning in those quests. And so like right here is play a game, which I haven't done today because I started recording after I woke up, and then log in through the mobile app. So those are the dailies. And then the weeklies, the ones that I'm probably not going to get to because one, Mass Effect Andromeda, I suck at shooters. I can try it, but I'll probably fail. And then it says save the world. I'm like, so do I have to finish the game, or do I just have to log into the game? Because some of them, it will say something like that, and then as soon as you log into the game, you get the points. So I might look into that. And what's really cool is that if you click the weekly, you can, go into the details, and then it says install game. So you can install it through this particular thing, and then they have the monthlies. Now, as you can see, all of these have point values, and I'm really behind on my daily logins. That's not good. I don't think I'll need that this month. But all these point values, what they are is here at the top. Oops. I have 1,557. You can go to redeem points. So you have these points, and you can use them for specific things. Like, you can actually buy a month of the Xbox Game Pass for 12,000 points. To be fair, between October and now, I think I have accrued about 3 or 4,000 points, maybe 5. I didn't pay too much attention, obviously. But, you know, they have picks for you, things that they think that you'd be interested in. Then they have the shop where you can get, like, gift cards, things along those lines. Like this one right here, you can get $1.25 in an an Xbox gift card. I mean, it would add up over time, but that doesn't go far. What I've been doing is entering the sweepstakes. And I think that's what everybody does, is just enter that. Or you can donate points to a charity. And I've done that once or twice. I stand behind the charities. If you guys don't know, I'm a partner with Humble, and Humble, with each purchase, gives money to charities. I have a link below in my YouTube about it. Any purchase, though, does, you know, I get a percentage of that. But for me, being a partner isn't, you know, about me getting a portion of it. It's about, you know, letting you guys know about something and helping charities. You know, all these charities do specific things and do good for people. And it's always good to support that. Side note there, and I will now have to put a sponsorship notice in there because I wasn't expecting to talk about Humble, but I am a Humble partner, so that is a sponsored thing there. And you now know where to find my link down below. And then they have the sweepstakes. So I've been putting my points into the different sweepstakes that I find interesting. They had one for Xbox Game Pass Ultimate. It was a lifelong membership for it, and so I had like put all my points into that, like, until it disappeared. I didn't get it, but I really wanted to, obviously. But they, you know, they have a lot of Microsoft products. They have the Xboxes, they have the Surface Pros, they have a PC, and then if you click on it, it'll give you the time frame of how long, you know, it'll actually gives you, you know, the requirements and then the timeline. Like this one ends on February 9th, kind of thing. So that's what those are for. I wish PlayStation had something like this. It would just be nice. I'm an achiever, so I like achievements. Like right now, I'm actually very sad that I am behind these two friends on the friends list because I'm an achiever, and I beat them 2 months in a row at being on the top, and now they're on top of the achievement list. So I gotta get some work in before the end of the month to really catch up there. So that is the quests and the redemptions. And then the Xbox Game Pass Ultimate also comes with Xbox Gold. Gold is which gives you the games to play, like PS Plus does, and it also gives you the online. Now, Xbox requires you to have the Gold membership to play any online game. That's the difference between the two. Xbox, every game requires Gold. On PlayStation, it's only particular games. I don't know if that is a PlayStation decision. I don't know if that's a developer decision. I don't know. So, and then they have the full categories at the very, very, very bottom. And then we're going to go to the show all and go through their list real quick like we did with PlayStation. Now, since I started this in October, there's some games that haven't changed. Like this one has been here the whole time. But a lot of these change a lot more frequently than the PlayStation does. The ones that I have not seen move, and I've had Xbox Game Pass a few years ago for a very short time because Xbox Game Pass is way more expensive. Just so everybody knows. But like Banjo hasn't moved, so anything that's like 360 games seems to stick around that I've noticed so far. Army of Two, though, I think was recently added. I'm not looking at my list. I keep a list of the games that have been added, and I mark when they were removed and when they were added. And that's the list that will be on the website. We're going to have one for the Xbox as well. But they added all the Battlefield games for those who like shooters. And then they have a wide variety. They have Black Desert on here, which I tried out. Interesting. I mean, I like Black Desert, but then I don't. There's just some things about it that I don't like. I'm an MMORPG person, and there's just something about that particular one that kind of doesn't sit with me. I am hoping for future to do Code Vein, as well as I don't know where it is, but we did Dead Cells, and then they have all the Destiny games. I gave it a shot. Again, I'm not good at shooters. They have Don't Starve, which is a favorite of mine. They have the Dragon Age. They have Dragon Quest 11, which is the newest one. And then they have all the EA games on here. They have Skyrim, which kind of is no surprise, really. They also have the Elder Scrolls Online. They have all the Fables, which I just love. I don't know if you guys know this about me, but I am a huge Fable lover. I just absolutely love Fable. So I recommend it. If you got the Game Pass, I recommend trying Fable. Starting at the first one. Now, they're not technically connected. Like, the stories don't really flow with each other, kind of thing. But it's just the first one sets the stage for the other ones. And then you can see the game development go from 1 to 3, and they added so much and it developed so well that I'm excited for a 4th one. And if I remember correctly, don't quote me on this, I think there's a 4th one in development. If you can't tell, I'm excited about it. And then we have some of the Final Fantasies, and like I said, this one's supposed to be leaving soon. They have the Five Nights at Freddy's, and you'll never see me touch those games. They have the Forzas, which is common to Xbox, of course. All the Gears games, which is, of course, nice for people who like that. Greedfall, which is a great game. Highly recommend that one as well. And then they have Hell's Blade. I was going to do that as one of our Monday events, but I could only play like 15 minutes of it before freaking out. So, that's not going to happen. It's a great game, very immersive, very detailed, and very good and rich in lore in the 15 minutes that I played it. Just, it causes me extreme anxiety. So, I recommend you try it if you don't suffer from extreme anxiety from suspenseful stuff. But they also have all the Kingdom Hearts on here, which, if you guys didn't know, I'm a huge lover. I go by Riku. You know, it's the male version of Riku with 1K, like from Kingdom Hearts, even though I am a female. Then you have all your sports fanatic games of football. Mass Effect, which is of course no surprise. They have Minecraft on here. And like I said, they had Mirror's Edge, but also the second one. Monster Sanctuary is a very good game. If it ever leaves Xbox Game Pass, I'm buying it. So, like, that's what I like about this, is that you can try different games. If you like it, you can buy it. And there you go. You can try before you buy, even though you're technically paying for it in a sense. But you get way more than one game by paying for it, if that makes sense. Nier... Oh my god, excuse me. Another hiccup. Why am I having hiccups? Nier is another one that I wanted to try on a Monday. Excuse me. All of a sudden. We did No Man's Sky recently. Payday has been a big hit lately. I've never played it. Plants vs. Zombie, a classic. One of my favorite classics. Quantum Break, which was one of the first ones to come out that was supposed to be one of the great games on Xbox One. I haven't played it yet, but Silver played a little bit of it. Recore, we actually own this game, but there's Recore. I recommend it. It's a nice, fun puzzle game. with some lore on a different planet kind of thing. Slime Rancher. I love Slime Rancher. I recommend that too. We need to do Soul Calibur 6 at some point because I know fighting games are hard on me, but I haven't played Soul Calibur in like ages, and Soul Calibur 6 is like the most customizable Soul Calibur, where I saw other content creators that I follow. Someone made versions of their teammates on their team on Twitch, and they like duked it out. It was fun. It was hilarious. So I want to check it out for the customization process that they added to it. They have a lot of Star Wars games, a lot of shooters, like State of Decay is another shooter. They have Subnautica, which is a nice game but stressful. You might see me play it, but not a lot. Tales of Vesperia. I love the Tales games. I love every Tales game. So, you know, another reason why I'm like, yeah, try this one out. They have 2 Point Hospital. That's a good one. Unraveled. I always wanted to play, and I finally did. I'll probably do a YouTube video on it. I played it, you know, off stream kind of thing. Viva Pinata is a classic, and then Vambrace. We covered Vambrace as a sponsored game one day. I had been given it through one of the sites that I get free keys, and it's a great game. I recommend it. It's really immersive. It's a roguelike, and if one of your people die, they die. So be very careful. And then they have like all of the Walking Dead games. They have West of Dead, which we're gonna try at some point. And they have Witcher 3, which is really nice. And they have already a couple of the Yakuza. And that's why I mentioned that we might be playing some Yakuzas, because they have they have Yakuza 0, they have Yakuza Kiwami, they have Yakuza Kiwami 2, so they have a lot of it. And then a classic Zuma. So as you can see, both PlayStation Now and Xbox Game Pass have different games to offer at, you know, variations, and then they remove and add new games to keep it interesting, even though, to tell you the truth, I think even for an entire year, if they didn't change the catalog, I wouldn't be able to get through all the games that I can, you know, physically or mentally play with my anxiety and hand issues. So there is that. Now, the difference here is that, remember, PlayStation Plus and PlayStation Now. PlayStation Plus gives you the games that you can play as long as you have the membership for free, and a lot of them are AAA titles, so they're like $60 games. You get 2 to 3 games a month, new every month. So there's about 3 games every month. Times that by 12, you get a lot of games throughout the year. Plus the ongoing gameplay for certain games like For Honor, and that's $60. And then PS Now is $60, and you get the catalog of games. And that brings it all up to $120 for the year, which is $10 a month if you want to plan ahead for it and make sure you have the money when the memberships are due, rather than paying $120 all at once. Now, Xbox is more expensive, which is one reason why I haven't run Xbox as much as PlayStation. So Xbox is $15 a month, and even if you buy 3 months in advance, there's not that big of a price difference. There's actually none. And then on top of it, they don't sell it in a year in full. Now you can add up to 32 months of the Game Pass at once. So if you have the money and you can splurge on 32 months worth of the Game Pass, then you can do it. But 3 months is $45. So a year's worth is $180. So that is $60 more than PlayStation. And with the Xbox Ultimate Game Pass, you get the catalogs, the online multiplayer game function, plus the gold games, which I forgot to cover. We'll cover that in a second. Now that's everything basically the PlayStation Now, PlayStation Plus has, but for $60 more. There's nothing different really. It's all the same thing, just Xbox is $60 more. And of course, the catalogs are different. The other thing is that you can buy gold by itself, but that only gives you the gold games and the online play. It doesn't give you the catalog. So they do have a separation of the two, just like PlayStation does. Just for like $5 more, you can do the Game Pass, but it does add up to a lot more than the PlayStation. Now they do have perks. That's another thing I forgot to cover. Is so you can get things in different games. Like I got the Warframe. There's 3 months free of Nitro and Vigor stuff. We've been playing Vigor, so obvious that. And then Gold. Oh my god. They sometimes move stuff on me. Like it's changed a couple times since I started this. So where's the Gold? You can find it all in here. Oh, Games of Gold. I did go over that. So yeah, here's the Games of Gold. Sorry, we did go over that. I forgot. So ultimately, they're both the same, just a different catalog and different games that you get per month with the Gold membership or the PS Plus membership. So depending on how hardcore of a gamer you are, or content creator, if you are a content creator watching this, and depending on how much time you have to game and what system you prefer, it would depend on if you would want to invest in any of this. I'm covering this just because obviously by streaming Xbox Game Pass and PS Now games, I'm technically in a way promoting it. I'm not being paid to. It is not sponsored. It's just I'm showing you guys what they have to offer. And I'm showing you what I like from them. There's certain games I can't play. I just physically or mentally can't play it due to anxiety or because of my hands. So there's things that I won't be able to cover for you. But at least giving you some experience of what is available that I can play will give you an idea in case you're curious about it or in case you're thinking about it and you just need someone's opinion to maybe help you decide what you want to do. That is really the goal behind what I'm doing. It's not to say that you should go get it. It's not saying that it's a must-have. It's just these are great benefits for a gamer. Now, all I do is video game, obviously, on my good days with my hands and stuff. And of course, I'm trying to at least stream 2 days a week. But I've focused that around these, which is why I wanted to do this video. I might get a second video out today of a PS Now game. Hopefully I do. But I have an appointment, which is why I didn't stream a PS Now game today. And after the appointment, if I have enough time, I will see about making a video on a PS Now game. Sorry, I got completely distracted. My cat just crawled under the TV stand, and she's 3-legged, so it was quite interesting to see. Oh, also, as a heads up before we end this particular video, we will be starting I'm self-making a 3D model VTube character, and it's not going to be our final product. I just don't have the money to pay someone to make me a specific character that I have in mind. So right now we're going to go off of what I can fashion together myself with the limited creativity and artistic talent that I have. And we'll be using that until I can pay someone to bring to life our mascot. Her name is Tia, the wolf that we use. I want to make a human version of her, maybe with some wolf ears though, and maybe a wolf tail. But I want to bring to life that mascot, and I want to use it to interact more with you guys. I don't use a webcam for multiple reasons. Part of it is that I record right now in our room. I don't have a dedicated room for content creation because we're renting a room, which means sometimes when I'm recording, Silpor is asleep, and there's other stuff going on, and so I just want something that will help us interact together better, and that's the whole point of doing that. It was just a random idea that I had, and I'm working on it. I don't know how long it's going to take me to make my temporary one, and then I will find someone that I can commission for the actual, one that represents our mascot. That was just a heads up. Other than that, I think we covered everything that I wanted to cover today. And so I hope you guys have a great day. Stay happy, healthy, and as always, I love you, my lovely pups. Please be safe. Please be careful. I don't want to see any harm come to you guys. I've had a couple of my community members get sick. I've had one member get COVID, and it makes me worry for you guys. It really does. So please stay happy and healthy and safe. And until next time, I will see you later, my lovely pups.